Welcome to NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. We are here at Cardinals Stadium to bring you high school football action where the Minster Wildcats take on the Bremen Cardinals. Tonight's game is brought to you by these sponsors: American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Fly Gem, Precision Strip, Schwiedeman Pharmacies, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Wilson Health, Cy Schwiedeman Incorporated, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Wayne Trail, Cargill, Wagner's IGA, SecureCom, St. Henry Bank, The Spot, and St. Mary's Foundry, our sponsors here this evening at Cardinal Stadium here in New Bremen, Ohio. They're ready to take on their rival, the Minster Wildcats, along with Matt Everidge. I'm Dave Kanapke. Minster 8-1 on the season, 6-1 in the MAC. They're tied for first in the MAC, coached by Garen Stokes. They've won 5 in a row. They beat Versailles 42-20 last week. The Bremen Cardinals on senior night here, 7-2. They're 5-2 in the MAC. They knocked off Delphos St. John 41-13 last night. They've won 3 in a row. Matt, this always a big rivalry game, but there's also MAC and also playoff implications.
Yeah, everything around this game is focused about the playoffs. New Bremen coming in tonight, like you said, 7-2. It's been since 2009 since they've had a victory over Minster, and it seems like this is the team. If you're going to take a stab, you got a great chance here. 10 straight years of losing could come to an end tonight. Along with that, you know, a playoff spot is also available. On the flip side for Minster coming in, they're coached with 2 state titles, 1 runner-up already in his short tenure at Minster. But they come in 8-1, share of the lead of the MAC, and if they win tonight, they could pull a home playoff game. So the big thing comes down to, let's win the MAC first, and then we'll worry about state. And just to show you know the power of the MAC, it's been since 1989 since Minster has won the MAC, but yet how many state titles has come through that place? You don't have to win the MAC to win state.
Bremen and Minster, big rivalry matchup here tonight on senior night. We'll be back with the kickoff here on NKTelco Sports.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Welcome back here to Cardinal Stadium. We're getting ready for the kickoff here. The Wildcats will kick it off. Brian Falk kick it off for the Wildcats. Back deep for the Cardinals, Zach Berkey, number 28.
Minster wearing black uniforms, or I'm sorry, white uniforms, top and bottom. Flip side for New Bremen, yellow helmets, red Cardinal jerseys, and white pants. So easy way to tell these two teams apart. Well, maybe a mile apart, but years apart as far as their football prowess. But let's see if New Bremen can't change that tonight.
Bremen 6-4 last year, 7-2 this year, hoping for a playoff berth. We are underway. Zach Berkey will take the opening kickoff along the right side, and he is tripped up there by number 6 Cody Richard on the stop for Minster.
That was a nice return. Wyatt Dickey just missed a block. He let one player come through, and that's the one that grabbed him. If he could have picked that up, there was a nice corner to grab there for New Bremen. So ball on the 24, 1st and 10 for New Bremen.
So New Bremen setting up here. Whistle on the field.
Well, while I take a whistle, we'll go ahead and go into keys of the game and we'll start out with Minster. For the Minster Wildcats, they just need to be toughness, and then they need to handle adversity. Weather's cold out there. If things aren't going their way, they just need to stay true to who they are. On the flip side for New Bremen, they need to limit their mistakes, and they need to win the line of scrimmage. So O-line and D-line, they need to win both places.
Again, those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Mitchell Hayes back in the starting lineups. He missed last week. And there is a illegal motion against the Cardinals, and they'll go 5 yards back.
Yep, number 26 for the Cardinals called for that. So Dylan Baumbauer, or I'm sorry, that'd be Blaine Schrader.
Quickly, let's do our starting lineups for New Bremen. At quarterback, Mitchell Hayes. At running back, Zach Berkey. Wide receivers, Logan Suchling, Kyle Tenkman. Tight ends, Dan Homan and Pat Wells. We'll get the linemen after this play. 1st and 15. Hayes will hand it off. Well, he'll take it. He'll keep it himself. And not much of a gain there for the quarterback, Hayes.
Yeah, just pick up 1 yard. Going to make it 2nd and 15.
Continuing on with that starting line, the offensive linemen, Spencer Alec, Logan Opperman, Sam Saylor at center, Ryan Paul, and Mason Cook.
Saying game time temp, 40 degrees, going to get all the way down to 32 tonight during this game. So we'll see which team takes control of this weather.
2nd and 13, Hayes looking, and there's intercepted by Gabe Phillips, number 36 for the Wildcats. Intercepted, will turn it over to the Cats.
Quickly at first turnover, 2nd play from scrimmage. That is not what New Bremen wanted. Here's the replay. Back, drops back, and he just steps right in front of the receiver and takes it just for a 2-yard gain on the return, but gives them 1st and 10 at the 29 for Minster.
Gabe Phillips, 6'1", 180 senior linebacker, had a good angle on that play. And now the Wildcat offense will come out, led by quarterback Jacob Niemeyer.
Another quick whistle. I believe it's for the time clock. Chains wasn't set up just right.
Go through the starting lineup real quick. At quarterback, Jacob Niemeyer. Running back, Alex Schmidtmeyer. Fullback, Brian Falk. Tight end is Luke Riplow. At wide receiver, Trent Reckerman, Brendan Bornhorst. Left tackle, Leon Frick. Left guard, Dustin Frericks. Center, Alex Frimmel. The right guard, Kyle Reithman. And the right tackle, Dylan Sharp. Matt, as you look at this offensive line for Minster, some pretty good size there.
A lot of good size across the line. If you're Minster and you're a Minster fan, you'd like to see them take a shot right here.
So 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of New Bremen after the interception by Gabe Phillips. Niemeyer will keep it. Nothing there.
There's a nice peel-off block, though, by number 70 for Minster. Nice job getting in there and blocking him out was Dylan Sharp. So just following his big tackle.
So no gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
It was a good job of New Bremen recovering from that. Sharp went all the way through the line like it was nothing.
Niemeyer will be in the shotgun or the pistol if you prefer. That's their base offense almost always.
Fumble.
Bad snap, he loses it, has to scramble. No gain on the play, a busted play there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we'll give them a gain of 1. It's going to take it down to, well, never mind, 3rd and 10, but that was a nice recovery of not losing 5 yards on that snap. So New Bremen fighting back after that turnover.
Minster on the season scores an average of 34 points a game. They give up 18. New Bremen only gives up 21 points a game. They score 29, so pretty stingy defense on a 3rd and 10 here for Minster. Hand off to Schmidtmeyer, dancing his way close to the 20-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and close.
Yeah, 4th and 1, 4th and 1.5, maybe a long 2. I look for Minster to go for it here.
Definitely 4-down territory here. So 4th and 3, our first 4th down attempt here. So Minster, after the interception, trying to cash in here. They had no gain on the first two plays. 4th and 3.
Fans starting to stomp to get into it. First big play of the game.
2 receivers on the right side. Be a quick pass, a swing pass over to Falk. He goes around right end, good enough for the first down, close to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Brendan Bornhorst, number 26, with a nice pickup block out on the end. Didn't get called for a hold, kept his hands in close. That was nice blocking by the running back.
Falk with the receptions. He's listed as a fullback. He's more like a wing back. He just did a little flare out of the outside there, a big play there on 4th down.
Yeah, so now it's 1st and 10 inside, or first and goal inside the 10, down to the 9.
So Bornhorst is split out, top of your screen. Trent Reckerman, the leading receiver, the MAC, near side of the screen. Hand over to Schmidtmeyer. It'll be inside, close to the 7-yard line as he goes into the teeth of the Cardinal defense.
2nd and goal from the 7. Minster will set up.
Schmidtmeyer having a big season. 2nd in the MAC in rushing, almost 1,400 yards rushing, 6.2 average. He's 3rd all time in the Minster record books. So right now, the 2nd and 7.
9 players in the box for New Bremen. They're just not giving up much room.
Roll out, throwing deep into the corner. That is out of bounds. It was over to Bornhorst, went past a little bit too late, way out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and goal.
We talked about it before the game. It's very dark in the corners over there, and you'd think for a visiting team that would make it even harder, not being used to catching balls in the darkness over there.
So 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line.
If I was Minster, I think I'd look to pick up about 4 of this. That way you got a chance to go either way on 4th down.
Wind up with 3 wide receivers on the left side. Reckerman, Bornhorst, and Falk as they get the sign from the line, from the sideline as they set up. Pistol formation. Niemeyer rolls out, and we have a whistle. We have a timeout by Minster. Timeout by Minster.
Down to 8:32 left in the first.
Before we go here, we'd like to mention one of our colleagues, Ron Cruzy. NKTelco lost a loyal member of its broadcasting crew earlier this week. Ron Cruzy, color commentator announcer for NKTelco Sports for the last 6 years, died suddenly on Monday evening, October 28th. Ron brought his vast knowledge of sports and a positive spirit to his work for NKTelco Sports. His work ethic was unparalleled as even he was preparing to broadcast tonight's game before his passing. He's a great fun and a fun person around, even being known to break out in singing Lefty Frizzle's Saginaw, Michigan, en route to a game venue and perhaps even on the air. The entire NKTelco Sports crew offers our sincere condolences to Ron's family with the assurance that he will always be remembered for years to come. Ron Cruzy was 66 years old.
Hey Minster, this is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey Botkins, I'm Brett Gerstner with NKTelco, and we are here for you and to help you operate your business network.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with Hometown Pride.
Hi Rishi, I'm Tim Metzger, and we are here for you for your installation of your telephone, cable TV, and internet.
Contact NKTelco at 1-888-NKTelco.
Here's a replay of the last play. Is 3rd and 7. Niemeyer going around the left side, in for the touchdown. Jacob Niemeyer, touchdown Wildcats.
So the Wildcats looking to add the 7th point here.
Brian Falk on to kick. Cody Richard holding. Snap is good. And it is good with 8:27 to go in the first quarter. It's Minster 7, New Bremen 0. We'll be right back on NKTelco Sports.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
After the intercepted of New Bremen pass, Minster drives 27 yards for the touchdown by Niemeyer.
Yeah, it was a nice drive put together by them, 29 total yards. Did it a little bit methodically, just rushing it. One pass on key 4th down, but other than that, score 7-0 on the Think First scoreboard with 8:27 left in the first.
Falk with the kickoff. Zach Berkey catches at the 10-yard line, going down the left side through the hash mark, close to the 28-yard line where he's tackled by a whole bunch of Wildcats. Cardinals will set up shop there, 1st and 10.
And New Bremen's getting good field position on the returns here, so nice job by their kickoff return team. So we'll see if they can just have a short memory and attack this Minster defense.
Yeah, the first time they had the illegal procedure to start with, got off to a slow start, and they don't want to be in that long yardage because they're a running team. They run primarily.
Yeah, you're wanting 3 yards a play minimum if you're New Bremen. And getting behind the sticks is not an option.
Hand it off there to Wyatt Dickey, who's in the backfield. And there's a flag on the play, probably around the type of holding. We'll see.
Well, they're saying a face mask is what it's looking like against Minster.
So face mask against Minster. I think it's just a 5. They didn't do the personal foul, so it'll just be 5 yards.
Yeah, that's what the ref's looking to see, if they're going to give it a 15-yard variety or just a 5. And they're making it a 15.
15 yards, so wants to grab the face mask and then moved ahead a little bit. So big penalty there, a nice break for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, the Cardinals isn't a team you want to give momentum to like this. They got a little bit of success there, see if they can't continue.
Hayes in the shotgun. To his left is Wyatt Dickey. 2 receivers top of the screen. 1 receiver short. Dickey hands it off to Dickey into a bunch of linemen.
Yeah, it was like sending them into a den of lions. Loss of 3 on the play, loss of 2.
First Wildcat there, number 74, Clayton Purvis. First point of the attack, and Matt mentioned a loss of a couple yards.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Bremen led by Mitchell Hayes, their leading rusher, 859 yards, and he missed last week. Nolan Bornhorst had to take his place, had a nice game, pass for 2 touchdowns, rush for 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 12.
And Bremen with 2 pass attempts, 1 to the ground, 1 to the interception draw here.
Quarterback draw, and Hayes goes nowhere. He's tackled by number 11, Ben Whipker, for the Wildcats.
Man, Minster's playing like it's almost predictable for them. They're keeping 8 in the box, and they're not even looking back. The receivers come off, and they go straight into block mode.
So again, a 3rd and long. Not what the Cardinals want as the play comes in from the sidelines.
Might be a good opportunity for a reverse or something. Just try to misdirect Minster at this point.
Tankman and Bornhorst top of the screen.
They're definitely loosening up. 5 defensive backs now.
Kicking in the back field with Hayes. Hayes around left side. There's a little bit of running room before Adam Kettner, number 7, takes him down for the Wildcats. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, sadly, the offensive line is outrunning the running back at this point. They're getting ahead of it, and Minster's just letting them blow by, and they're catching up with the quarterback on the run.
Nolan Bornhorst in punting formation for the Cardinals. Brendan Bornhorst back for the Wildcats. So the Cardinals get 1 first down on the penalty. They will turn it over here on the punt.
There's absolutely no wind on the field. The flags are laying down.
Bornhorst, a little bit of traffic, a high punt. Fair catch by Bornhorst. And he will catch it at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats.
And Minster was looking for a catch interference there. Coming down was number 14 for New Bremen. Would have been Mitchell Hayes, and he was almost blocked the Minster player into him, which would have been a good play for New Bremen.
So Minster playing for a share of the MAC tonight. It's the first time since 1989 they've won a share of the MAC. The other years they've won a share or outright was in 75, 87, 88, and 89. So trying the first time in 30 years. They are right down a four-way tie with Anna, Coldwater, and Marion. Coldwater and Marion play tonight, so one of them will lose. Niemeyer will drop back, looking for a receiver, scrambling for some time. Will try to run. Knocked out close to the line of scrimmage there by the Cardinals.
Yeah, nice job of pursuit. Had a pocket, but the defensive backs just covered well, so that could have been a coverage sack if they could have got to him. But when you got them a second, and here you see the pockets just well held, and here they come and try to attack, get him out of bounds.
67 Ryan Paul with the tackle for the Cardinals. So 2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Niemeyer and Schmidtmeyer in the backfield. Schmidtmeyer is primarily the only running back that runs for Minster. They hand it off to Schmidtmeyer. Does a nice job of delaying, gets across the 30-yard line. Be a gain of about 7.
It was a nice pickup block just coming inside. Was able to bump the blitzing lineman. Open that up for a 7-yard gain. Now 3rd and 4.
Dan Homan, 88 and 55. Ben Blickel on the tackle. 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats here with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wildcats up 7-0. Reckerman near, far as Bornhorst. Hand off to Schmidtmeyer. He has a lot of running room around left side before he's tackled there by Ben Bleckel, but be enough for a Wildcat first down.
Yeah, gain of 5, takes the ball out to the 37. 1st and 10, 5:03 left in the first quarter here if you're just joining us. Minster up 7-0.
Both these teams, Minster is definitely in the playoffs. New Bremen is probably in the playoffs, but both these teams are trying to work for a home playoff berth with a win. Hand off to Schmidtmeyer, worked across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5 on first down.
You know, that's the last thing any small school in the state of Ohio wants to hear is not only is the MAC sending 4, wait a minute, we got a 5th team to send you. Now try these guys out.
These two teams, as well as Anna, Coldwater, and Marion Local, planning to punch their ticket next week.
It is a rare conference when you're sitting at 7-2 and you're in 5th place in your conference. It's a rare thing to have. Welcome to the MAC.
Bremen's only losses have been to Anna and to Coldwater. This time a quick pass across the middle to Bornhorst as he does on the slant pattern.
That was a nice shot, though, by number 14. Mitchell Hayes just picked him up as soon as he got the ball. Don't know if they're going to bring the sticks out to measure this or not. Here's the replay. He just brought it across and boom, just lowered the boom. Nice form tackling. Head down.
It'll be close. They're bringing the sticks across here. From my vantage point, it looks a little bit short, but they'll measure it for good measure. You see the numbers around the 50-yard line in the red numbers with the gold background. The 10 seniors are being honored here tonight. Nice little tribute they have on the field, and it'll be just short. Well, it's a matter of about 7 or 8 inches there. So it'll be 3rd and very short.
Well, we called a game in St. Mary's, and it was really nice. Their sticks they have over there, they light up, and it tells you 3rd down and 1. It's like it's a measuring device to the main stick, and I was pretty impressed with it.
You know, at some point they'll have lasers. I'm sure at the pros they're going to have lasers. They already have the line on TV, you know, but I can see it being lasers at some point with technology. But 3rd and very short. Hand off to Schmidtmeyer. He has it easily. There's a bunch of Cardinals there, led by Bryce Blickel.
A gain of 3, and that's going to give them a first down at the 49. I never understood that, though. If you have a 7 inches, why are you not under center? You're going to surrender 5 yards on that snap.
It's funny, a lot of these teams that do the shotgun or their pistol, like Minster, will rarely go under center. They're just so used to that. I agree, you have about 5 different plays that you can do, quarterback sneak or so on, but I think the coaches know a little bit more than I do, so
Right.
we'll go with what they are doing. And nonetheless, 1st and 10. Niemeyer scramble on the left side, sees some daylight, turns it on. There's a gain of about 15, close to the 35-yard line, so good gain for the quarterback, Jacob Niemeyer.
Yeah, nice hurdle job over on the far side, jumping right over top of Paul.
So take another look here.
He rolls out of the pocket to the far left. Nothing but open field. Jumps over the defensive back and gets another first down for Minster. Minster driving.
Niemeyer, a very good running quarterback as well as a passer. He's only the 4th quarterback in Minster history to have 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards passing in their career. He's done both in just 2 years. Right there, that one gained a first down. Another snap. Niemeyer looking back, trying to hit Bornhorst. That one pass is behind him. It will be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a dangerous no man's land type pass.
Defending for the Cardinals, Griffin Reckerman was defending, number 3. Also Mitchell Hayes at safety. So 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
And down to the 37 in New Bremen. New Bremen just needs to bend and not break at this point.
This drive started back on the Minster 25-yard line. Now 2nd and 10. Niemeyer and Schmidtmeyer. Hand off to Schmidtmeyer across the 35-yard line. Gains about 5 for the senior running back.
A 6-0 and 6-1 trap. Both, every time they run it, it's just wide open for 5 yards.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go. 3rd and 7. Minster with a 7-0 lead. They scored on a 7-yard touchdown run by Niemeyer. And now he looks over to head coach Garen Stokes for the play call.
You're slowly getting into no man's land here if you don't pick this up on 3rd.
Schmidtmeyer split out a little bit on the right. 2 receivers on the right side as Niemeyer, as you expect, roll out to the right. Little swing pass over to Schmidtmeyer. He dodges one tackler, tries to break the second one. He will come up short on 3rd down.
I think we're going to have a 4th and inches here. Down to 2:30 left in the first quarter.
Zach Berkey on the tackle for the Cardinals as we get another look here.
Yeah, the replay comes up, and it's just a nice little swing pass out to the flat. Oversteps one, can't get through the second defender. And they're giving them a first down on that, so nice gain by Minster.
Nice open field tackle there by Berkey, but not close enough as able to get the first down. So 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Really for a fast first quarter here.
Trying to go to Reckerman, touchdown, 27-yard touchdown pass. Niemeyer to Trent Reckerman for the Minster touchdown.
Yeah, if you're New Bremen, this is not what you wanted to see. You didn't want to fall behind by 14 to your rival. So Minster going to line up for the extra point. Shoe getting changed out as we speak. Here's the replay. Just a nice shot. Didn't have to break stride, and it went right on into the basket for 6 points.
That's the 12th touchdown catch for Reckerman. He's the leading receiver in the MAC in catches and yards. As he, 2nd touchdown scored, Brian Falk on for the conversion. Snap is good by Kettner, hold is good by Richard, and the kick is good by Falk. 1:59 to go, first quarter on the First National Bank scoreboard. Minster 14, New Bremen 0. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
PlyGem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. PlyGem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
Wildcats and Minster jump out to a 14-0 lead over their rival, the New Bremen Cardinals.
Yeah, this really isn't what you wanted to see if you're the home team. But Minster doing what they do. You know, they're well-balanced offense. They've been there on the passes. The runs have been there for them. New Bremen just needs a a break. And I'm a firm believer 2 or 3 plays make a game, and that's all New Bremen needs, and they can get right back in this.
Zach Berkey back deep, awaiting the kickoff from Falk. This is a shorter kick. Berkey comes up to field it near the 15-yard line. Again, going around the left side. Tries to work his way close to the 30-yard line, where he's tackled by number 29, A.J. Highcamp, and we have a late flag that comes into the picture.
Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul against Minster. Number 26 took some extra liberties. Brendan Bornhorst went ahead and hit after the play, so late hit is going to give New Bremen 15 more.
Minster had a 15-yard penalty on the face mask earlier. As you take another look here at Zach Berkey on the return.
And here's the return going right up the middle, and if you look beyond it.
So it'll make it all the way out to the 45-yard line. New Bremen's best field position in the night as they take over here, 1st and 10.
So ball on the 45, 1:53 left in the first quarter.
Berkey now in the backfield with Hayes.
New Bremen has to find an answer here, though. I don't think you can give the ball back to Minster.
Reckerman in motion, and we have illegal procedure against the Cardinals. 3rd time I think that's happened so far.
3rd time of the game, and it's always on 1st down.
And when you're with a running offense, a good running offense averages 6.6 yards per carry. You want to keep that 1st and 10, then make it about 2nd and 5, and you'll be all right, but not 1st and 15.
Absolutely. And you're at the point now where if you're New Bremen, you need a long, sustained drive just to get a little bit of energy out of the Minster front 4.
This time Hayes will keep it around right side, has some room, cuts back, leaps the defender, close to the 50-yard line. Nice carry by the quarterback, Mitchell Hayes.
Yeah, 9-yard gain takes him up to the 49. That's the first time they actually went in an opposite direction. Everything's been coming to the left, Finally take it to the right, and they might have found an opening here. Here's your replay. Fakes it into the left, and they're wide open on the right. It was a nice job, though, of Cody Richard on his knees lifting up and getting that tackle.
So this brings a more manageable 2nd down and 6 for the Cardinals. Hayes in the pistol. Berkey to his left.
There's another false
There's
start.
another false start. I'm not sure if it must be on the line when the receiver goes in motion.
Patrick Wells, the end, he lifted his hand. So 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
Definitely not what the Cardinals had in mind. Like I say, all it takes is that they need to get some 1st downs. You get some 1st downs, and you got a drive going. You build that momentum. You get the line, getting their assignments,
Well, with anything in football, I always give it to, if you're looking at week 9 to week 10 to week 1, New Bremen's making week 1 penalties. Minster side, everything's aggressive that they're getting their penalties for, so they're playing week 10 football.
Hayes, he fumbles it. It will go out of bounds. Tackled by Phil Traska as he hit the ball. So luckily for New Bremen, it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that was actually a good thing because he picked up an extra 3 yards with the fumble forward. So sometimes a fumble can be a good thing. Here's the replay. Swinging it out here to the left, looking for the pass. Nothing on the waggle. Then the ball's just hit forward. So nice job fumbling it forward, down to 39 seconds left here in the first. This should be probably the last play of the first quarter.
Minster has a turnover differential of plus 14. They've already had 1 interception, almost a fumble cause there. 3rd and 9. Mitchell Hayes looking, he's almost able to get past the defenders, and intercepted by number 26, Brendan Bornhorst for the Wildcats.
Yep, so much for that being the last play. Last play for Bremen. Minster with a pickoff and takes it to the 48, where they'll take over 1st and 10. 28 seconds left. Here's your replay. Nice time of trying to go off to the right. Just, again, the defender in the right position. The ball was thrown behind the offensive receiver, and the defender was right there to bring it back.
So Bornhorst with an interception. Phillips had one earlier. So another turnover in favor of the Wildcats as they take over at the midfield. First and 10 Wildcats.
Minster band and student section is jumping up and down. They're feeling it here in the first.
Niemeyer fakes the handoff to Schmidtmeyer. He keeps a lot of room on the left side, cuts back, steps out of bounds. A big gain of about 17 yards.
What you got to like about that, if you look at Trent Roderman there, he's the blocker he's the receiver blocking. Quarterback actually waited for him to finish his block before he continued on past him. That was a nice job. They play really well together. This team is just well put together.
Yeah, a lot of good size, a lot of experience. 14 seniors on the team. Reckerman, one of them with the block there, 6'2", 190. First and 10 at the 35-yard line, 21 seconds to go. Fake. Niemeyer looking deep. He's looking to Bornhorst. Cross the middle into some coverage, and there will be a flag. I'm guessing that it'll be, yes, it looks like the initial signal will be pass interference against the Cardinals.
So it's going to be another 15 yards to take them down to the 20.
Looked like an opportunity there for the Cardinals, but they just didn't time it out. They knocked down the receiver, bumped the receiver when the ball was in the air.
Yeah, they played the player and not the ball.
So in high school, it's not the spot, it's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. So that will bring it to the 20-yard line. So with 15 seconds to go before our quarter break, and it's been all Wildcats here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I dare to say the plan that Minster had coming in has definitely worked. And New Bremen is just sitting here looking, wondering what happened at this point. But just a couple critical interceptions.
15 seconds could be the last play of the quarter. Reckerman on top of the screen. Niemeyer looking his direction, now looking back to the right, swings it over to Falk. Brian Falk inside the 5-yard line, knocked out of bounds. Good job by Niemeyer. He changed from his primary receiver to his secondary receiver and hit Falk.
He has a nice pitch and catch out there to the flat. He just scans, goes option 1, option 2, option 3. Nice check downs by him. And that's the growth of a quarterback right there. It shows you how well he's grown through the season. You can go through 3 check downs and progressively get to the open man.
First and goal at the 3-yard line. 7 seconds. They'll hand it off to Schmidtmeyer. Not going to get it there. As Cardinal defense held no gain on the play, and that will end the first quarter of play. With the score, Minster 14, New Bremen 0. We'll be back with the second quarter here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Go to the quarter break. Minster, the good first quarter. They lead 14-0 and about to score another time.
Yeah, they're down driving. They're on the 3-yard line with 2nd and goal. New Bremen really needs to hold here if they're wanting to keep in this game. Give you a couple of updates for around the league. Right now, Marion Local up 16-0 on Coldwater. Parkway up 13-0 on St. Henry. Delphos St. John's losing 21-7 to Anna. Fort Recovery's up 14-0 on Versailles, and our score here, 14-0.
Minster comes off the sideline as a group. They took over at the 50-yard line on the Bornhorst interception. They've marched down the field. A nice run by Niemeyer, a nice pass by Niemeyer as well. Knocking on the door. Looks like they lost one on the play. First or 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, points off turnover, 14-0.
Schmidtmeyer trying to find his way, and it's a touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run, Alex Schmidtmeyer. And the lead continues for the Wildcats, now up 20-0.
Yep, 20 straight points surrendered so far by New Bremen. Here's the replay of the run. Just right up the middle. Nice job blocking by the line, gets him in there. See if they can add the extra point to make it 21-0. Early second quarter, 11:55 left.
Brian Falk on for the extra point. He's been successful on the first two for the junior kicker. Holding is Cody Richard. The snap by Kettner. Kick is good. So 11:55 to go. Like the Grand Lake Health presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports. It's being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Plygem, Precision Strip, Schrudeman Pharmacy, and Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schrudeman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, SecureCom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA and Wayne Trail. Our Keys to the Game sponsored by Keyhole Pizza. Our replay sponsored by Winners Meats. We'll have a player of the game sponsored by NKTelco on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster 21, New Bremen 0.
Yep, back here to live action. Minster getting ready to kick off. I think the most important thing for Bremen on this next series, get through the first down, don't get a false start. They just got to clean up the small things, and I think big things will come to this offense.
Bremen's coming here on a 3-game winning streak. Currently are looking good playoff-wise, but right now not a good start for these 10 seniors in the Cardinal football team. Falk on the kickoff. This one is short. Berkey comes a long way, catches it about the 20-yard line. It's ahead of steam, goes across the 20-yard line where he's tackled again by A.J. Heitkamp for the Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 10 around the 35-yard line for the Cardinals.
Yeah, both teams coming in, each of them, their last losses was to Coldwater. They both lost to the same team. Minster 5 games ago, New Bremen 3 games ago. So we'll see if they can't right this ship and continue those winning percentages here with 3 on Minster, or 3 for Bremen and 5 for Minster.
Wyatt Dickey in the backfield with Hayes. Hayes looking to his left. He's scrambling now to his right. And he's brought down by Dustin Frericks on the sack.
That was a nice chase down by him. Loss of 7. And absolutely what Bremen does not need to start out this play. Here's the replay. He's back. There's just nowhere to put the ball. Looking for a second option and chase down, and Hayes got him.
Frericks, a 6', 210 senior offensive lineman. Like you said, he did a nice job of running down the quicker quarterback, Mitchell Hayes.
Absolutely. It shows you that speed is everywhere out here for this Minster team. I mean, for a small school team, you look at this team, they are very well sized. I mean, for a limited number of boys in your enrollment, I would take some of these MAC schools against these Division 3 and 4 out there.
Yeah, Minster Division 6. They've been Division 7 the last several years. They're Division 6, New Bremen Division 7, but not a big difference in enrollment between the two schools. But another 2nd and long here for the Cardinals. Hayes will hand it off to Dickey. Has a little bit of running on the right side. Cuts back against the grain. Nice run by Wyatt Dickey.
So pick up a 16 on that run. It's going to make it 3rd down and 1. And we talked about that. Why don't they go in the opposite direction? He finally took a cut here, so he comes up big hole, and he gets to the middle of the field and just cuts back, goes to center, and picks up an additional 9 yards.
Good block there by number 82, Braxton Krause on the right side there, the tight end. Really had the opening that sprung free Dickey. Right now, Berkey in the backfield on 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. Full house backfield as they have a couple extra blockers. There's a handoff to Berkey. He has some running room. Cuts across. He had one guy to beat. A nice run by Zach Berkey for a big 1st down.
Yeah, you had 22 players in the box on that one, and give that to the Birds. The Birds got through there and got them a nice pickup of 11. Going to make it 1st and 10. Here's the replay. Everybody up front and just opened up. Nice job picking that up. Was Poppelman with that was another 42 yards right ahead of him. So 1st and 10 from the 42.
Logan Suchland top of the screen, Griffin Reckerman bottom of the screen, the two receivers. Handoff to Dickey, cutting back inside the 30-yard line, and this is more like the New Bremen offense. They're a good running team. They're getting it together here.
Yep, they've cleaned up their errors. No illegal procedures at all on this drive, and it's showing you when you're playing ahead of the sticks, the confidence is there to keep going. Knock on wood that I just didn't jinx them.
Coming into this game, Hayes had 859 yards, Berkey 666, Dickey 556. So very balanced between those three of them. We've seen that here in this drive.
Brings up 2nd down and 7 on the 39. 9:17 left.
Fake this time to Dickey. Hayes looking for it. Somebody, nobody open. He thinks about scrambling. He tries to go to the right side. That pass is Tankman is incomplete.
Yeah, thrown out of bounds. He had an opening there, though, on the far side. I don't know if we have a replay of that. It looked like a hold down the field, but there was no flags thrown.
So no gain on the play. 3rd and 7, 9:07 to go here before halftime. Griffin Reckerman brings in the play for the Cardinals. Reckerman, one of 10 seniors here on senior night. As he goes to the top of the screen, he's out there with Kraus, far side, Dan Holman, bottom of the screen. There's a quarterback draw by Hayes. There's not a lot there. See, he's tackled by Traska, finished him off.
That was a nice job of gaining 2, though, with everybody that was around him. Brings up the first hard call here for New Bremen. It looks like they're going to bring their punt team out.
Just outside of what you call 4-down territory, I guess, at the 38-yard line. 4th and 5. They elect to punt as Nolan Bornhorst in the punt. He had been quarterback the last 3 years. He quarterbacked last week. And Minster has to burn a timeout as they had too many men on the field. They take a timeout, we'll take one too. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at cargill.com.
Minster has to
welcome back to New Bremen, Ohio, where New Bremen looks like they're going to punt here. First time they're really down pressuring Minster. I don't understand this, Dave.
Yeah, I thought they might go for it. You know, there's a possibility of a fake when you have Bornhorst, former quarterback, turned tight end and punting here, but we'll see who Coach Chris Schmidt calls here. He's did a nice job of turning around this Cardinal program. Looks like it's a straight punt. Bornhorst is back deep. He will let it roll inside the 10-yard line. They're able to down it. Mitchell Hayes able to down it at the, looks like the 4-yard line. So good job there by downing it. They'll force Minster in tough field position at their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, Minster will going to have a little bit, well, the worst field position they've started with all game. This is where New Bremen just really needs a 3-and-out and get that ball back. So let's see if their defense can step up for the offense here. Sometimes the best offense you have is your defense, and that might be the option here for the coach.
Playing the field position game here is the Jacob Niemeyer leads the Wildcats. Reckerman close to the screen, far side. Bornhorst, Schmidtmeyer as normal in the backfield with Niemeyer. Handoff to Schmidtmeyer, has a little bit of opening, gain of about 3 to the 7-yard line.
Yep, that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Minster, like we said earlier, trying to kill this 30-year drought that's laid over their head, looking for a share of the MAC.
Also, Bremen trying to, they have not beat Minster for 10 years, so trying to break through. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2004, so trying to break some streaks here right now. Down 21-0, but Minster 2nd and 7 at the 7-yard line.
I mean, you look at New Bremen from 6 years ago, they're night and day, just a lot better team.
Niemeyer did a good job of catching a snap. There's a little bit to his left, handed off to Schmidtmeyer. Gain will bring it to a 3rd and 1. Minster trying to get out of the shadow of their goalposts as we see a replay.
Nice job of not fumbling that and just getting it forced up.
Replay is brought to you by Winners Meats in Osgood, Ohio. Winners Quality Meats on 3rd and 1.
We'll see how they do here, what their plan is for this 3rd and 1. It's going to be right up the middle.
Schmidtmeyer again works his way, a hard runner across the 15-yard line, and more importantly, a first down.
Yeah, if you look at the MAC over the decades, I mean, you go back even late 80s, early 90s, that's when you had your St. Henry teams and your Versailles teams, all the way up to
Delphi
the 2000s, Delphi St. John's. It's kind of like steel sharpens steel. And that's kind of what's happened with the MAC is they've brought the gameplay of the other teams around them up. And New Bremen's now at that point where they're enjoying success. Low tonight, they're down 21-0 against their rivals, but all in all, great season.
Niemeyer looking up, and Reckerman is wide open. Trent Reckerman breaks free in the right sideline. He is tackled there by Dickey, but a big gain all the way to the 45-yard line in Bremen. Trent
so
Reckerman.
A 40-yard gain, deep pass, wide open, just nice, relax, and he went up with 2 hands and just brought that down. Not sure how tall he is, but he used every inch of that 6-foot whatever frame.
He's 6'2" they have in the program. I would say he's more like 6'3". He can jump. Very good athlete is Reckerman. 6'2", 190.
Not like Minster's not known for their tight ends and wide receivers. I mean, the Wolf boys got one still playing down at Georgia.
This is a fake, and there will be a flag on the play as Niemeyer goes around left side. A gain of about 9, but we'll see what the penalty marker is for.
Did not see what happened. I don't know if they're going to call an illegal procedure. Or...
Looks like they're motioning illegal shift as the flag came out right when the ball was snapped, and that's what the referee has. Illegal shift, that'll bring it back 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage.
I'm surprised they let that play even go at that point. Offensive penalty, you might as well blow it dead.
Gives us a chance to name some of the starting defensive lineup for Bremen. On the line, Dan Homan, Ryan Paul, nose tackle Sean LaFleur, defensive tackle Spencer Alec, Braxton Krause on defensive end, the linebackers Nolan Bornhorst, Zach Berkey and Ben Blickel, cornerbacks Griffin Reckerman and Logan Suchland, the safety is Mitchell Hayes. Minster here with a 1st and 15 coming up on 6 minutes to go before halftime.
Yeah, high school football, we do have a running clock after 30 points.
Niemeyer hits Reckerman, trying to break a tackle. He's brought down by Hayes, but a gain of about 13 on the Niemeyer to Reckerman connection.
Yeah, Reckerman just does not realize that it's time to go down. He is a fighter. I mean, fighting for yards off that 40-yard catch right there, got an extra 2 on that, making it 2nd and 2.
Coming into tonight, Reckerman led the MAC with 41 catches and 746 yards. He's added on a lot to that.
He's definitely not hurting the stats. Might as well pat him a little bit, getting ready for week 11.
So Minster started at their own 4-yard line on this drive, all the way deep into New Bremen territory. A little swing pass to Bornhorst. He's got good enough yardage for the first down. Knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard marker, and that'll be another Wildcat first down.
Bornhorst with a nice touch pass. I mean, I don't think people realize when they see a short pass like that over in the flat, that is a touch pass. And if you're not on your game, that is a hard pass to hit. So nice job squaring his shoulders up, throwing it right to his receiver. Brings it 1st and 10 at the 26, I want to say.
26-yard line. As you mentioned, Niemeyer and the Minster offense definitely on their game here in the first half, leading 21-0 and driving once again. Niemeyer across, looking for Riplow in the end zone. That'll be incomplete. Knocked away by Griffin Reckerman for the Cardinals. That was right there, and Reckerman, senior defensive back, did a nice job.
Yeah, nice job of the New Bremen defender also getting his head turned around here to defend. So ball's up, and he's looking back, so that saved him the pass interference because the hand was on the right arm.
Riplow doesn't get a lot of targets at the tight end. Tight end doesn't get a lot of targets in Coach Stokes' offense, but almost an opportunity there for a touchdown. Good defensive play by Reckerman. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line for the Wildcats. This time a handoff to Schmidtmeyer down inside just inside the 26-yard line. Gain of about 6. Bring up 3rd and 4.
And they want to take them down to the 24 or 25 or the 20. I'm sorry. So we're definitely 4-down territory here, but Minster's seeming to grab 3-4 yards all the way up to 7-8 yards per play.
4:14 to go in the first half. Another handoff to Schmidtmeyer. Very strong runner, works his way. He's got to be close to the first down marker for the senior running back, Alex Schmidtmeyer.
Yeah, he was hit right at the line, carried the runner about 3 more yards. It's going to be 4th and inches. See Minster go back in for a second 4th down. They got a 4th down earlier in their last drive, which led them to a score.
So 4th and 1, under 4 minutes to go. Again, they're looking over to the Coach Stokes for the play call. It's motioned in. A lot of people at just one wide receiver here. Kept there by Niemeyer. He goes left side. Another good for another first down.
And it takes them down to the 14-yard line. They can get another first down before they score.
Zach Berkey on the tackle for the Cardinals. Will be ball at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, 3:18 left on the clock and counting. Minster doing a good job of eating that clock. They started with 8 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock when they got this drive started.
And that was inside at their own 4-yard line. Had a big 3rd down conversion, about 3rd and a couple. And that first, about around the 10-yard line. Niemeyer looking across the middle for Reckerman. Another touchdown. Niemeyer to Reckerman, 15 yards for the Minster score.
Yeah, nice job of doing the post there. Ran the post and boom. That is a 15-yard touchdown for the Wildcats. Here's your replay. Brought to you by Winter Quality Meats. Thrown right on into the post pattern, and that is a touchdown. Had 2 receivers to pick from on that opportunity.
Second touchdown catch tonight for Reckerman, his 13th on the season as they stretch the lead to 27. Brian Falk trying to go for 28 here with 2:53 to go in the first half. Here's a snap, good snap, kick is up.
Penalty flag down.
It's a good flag on the play. We'll see what it is. It might be one of those that goes on to the kickoff.
They're pointing towards the New Bremen side.
Against New Bremen, Minster can take it on the kickoff, or they can take it half the distance and maybe go for 2. I would say they'll take the 1 point, as they'll talk it over here.
Still waiting for the call.
Illegal procedure against Minster, so they'll have to re-kick it. That'll move it back 5 yards. Falk hasn't had any problem for the distance, but a little bit further out makes it a little tougher at the high school level.
It takes it to a 24-yard, well, 25-yard extra point here.
So Falk having a pretty good year on the season. Got his stats here. He is 32 of 38 coming into the day. He's made his first 3 kicks tonight. And he will make his 4th kick in a row. 2:53 to go, 28-0 Minster. You're watching high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
96-yard touchdown drive by the Wildcats as they extend the lead to 28-0.
And the best thing about that, if you watch that Minster team, the key word is balance. They passed for about 50. They passed for about 65, ran for about 30. Just nicely balanced. all-around team performance so far, up 28-0 with 2:53 left in the second quarter. Not what we expected to see here tonight.
We expected a pretty good battle here on senior night. It has not worked out well for New Bremen as Minster has been clicking on all cylinders. Other than a couple defensive penalties, it's been about a perfect performance here in the first half by the Wildcats. As Falk with the kickoff. And there is a flag. It looks like the Wildcats are offsides. That's an immediate. That's where somebody was running ahead of when the kicker kicked it off. In high school, they blow it dead immediately, and you back them up 5 yards. So they backed them up 5 on the extra point, and now the Wildcats are backed up 5 on the kickoff.
Yeah, we was talking about Week 10 penalties and Week 1 penalties. These are Week 1 penalties Minster's starting to cause. The bad news for New Bremen, you really need to score now because Minster does get the ball first in the second half, and you don't want to face that running clock, especially down.
So Falk will try it again. He's getting some extra kicking practice here in the last couple plays for the junior kicker. Number 13 as they set. This time it is clean. Once again, Zach Berkey will field it. Has a nice head of steam, slips a little bit across the 35-yard line. He is tackled at the 37-yard line. The Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 with 2:48 to go before halftime.
I'm saying you got 2:48 left on the clock. You got plenty of time here. You don't necessarily have to go to the air. They still got 3 timeouts. So I would use every bit of that to my advantage. I think the biggest thing if I was New Bremen is I would start going to the left. They just keep, or to the right. They keep going to the left, and it's just not there. When they do come to the right, they're picking up good yards.
Suchland and Reckerman near side of the screen. 2 receivers. Berkey in the backfield with Hayes. Warnhorse in a wing. As they'll go into motion to Berkey. A swing pass. Cuts back. Nice tackle there by Bornhorst, 26 for the Wildcats, but a nice gain on the pass to Berkey.
Yeah, quick pickup of 7 makes it. Just pass it out here to the flat, and they listened to us. They brought it to the right, and that's where they're picking up their 7, 8, 9-yard gains.
Tankman and Suchland top of the screen this time. 2nd and 3 for the Cardinals. This time they will hand it off to Berkey. He'll be stopped short. Not much of a gain there.
I think they held him up. The defensive line just said no mas and put him down.
On the tackle, number 11, Ben Whipker. So the clock will continue to run. New Bremen has all 3 timeouts if they wish to take it here. Right now, a big 3rd and 3 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you just don't want to burn a timeout on this side of the field and not get the first down and then give it back to Minster with more time on the clock. They've proven that they can hit a 40-yarder if they need to.
3 wide receivers on this 3rd and 3. Play 1:38 to go before halftime. Long count. Handed off. Berkey has a nice head of steam around the right side. Runs into his own blocker. Brought down by Kettner. But a nice run by Zach Berkey.
Gets it down to the 47 of Minster. Give it to the 46. 1:27 left on the clock.
Clock is stopped here as they move the chains. Let's take another look.
There he is. Just hands it up the middle and just a nice gap.
He really gets a nice head of steam.
Yes, he does.
Right to full speed right away.
12 seconds already ran off the clock here.
Need to pick up the tempo a little bit here. Coming up on a minute to go. Hayes hands it off to Berkey. Cuts back again. Kettner with the tackle, number 7. Gain of a couple, and the clock keeps running. While Cardinals will have all 3 timeouts.
I just don't see why they're not trying to take a timeout here to.
As Reckerman brings in the play, it's not necessarily their forte. They're a running type team, not a 2-minute offense, but running out of time here, facing a big deficit. 2nd and 8, 32 seconds to go. And this Hayes will take it around right side, tackle close to the 41-yard line, and now the Cardinals will take their first time out.
Yeah, first time out, 22 seconds left. We'll keep it right here. I mean, that we'll go ahead and thank our sponsors.
Grand Lakes Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Ross Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schruderman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schruderman Incorporated, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, SecureCom, Cargill, The Spot, the St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail. Our replay sponsor tonight, a lot of good replays being brought by our director, Bryce Hamrick, brought to you by Winners Meats. Keys to the game was Keyhole Pizza. On our First National Bank scoreboard, the Cardinals down 28-0, trying to score here late here in the first half with 24 seconds to go.
Yeah, they added 2 seconds to the clock for the timeout, but you're looking at a 3rd and 6, almost 7. I mean, it's a long 6. So we'll see if Bremen's able to convert here. And if they're not, does Minster call the timeout?
3rd and 6. Hayes, quick throw to Tankman. That will be good for the first down. That'll stop the clock. They have to get to the line of scrimmage quickly or take their second timeout. Kyle Tankman, the reception there from Hayes, and Bremen will take a timeout. Again, we'll keep it right here. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school football on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. The first replay tonight is tonight, 11 o'clock. The second replay is Sunday, November 3rd at 12 o'clock. You can also watch the games on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and also at nktelco.com. 20 seconds to go before halftime. Bremen putting together a little bit of drive. The only thing matters, can they score quick enough here or they'll run out of time?
Yeah, exactly. They're down to 20 seconds. They could have used a couple of timeouts, or at least one, instead of letting 24, 25 seconds chew off. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But they still have 3 opportunities. They can go deep here with the ball and see if they can't score.
They still have one more timeout in their pocket. So if they get a play across the middle of the field, if they get enough for the first down, they can go to the line of scrimmage. They can spike the ball, stop the clock. If they get it before then, they're really going to have to take a timeout. They always say it takes about 15 seconds by the time you are tackling, by the time you can get everybody to the line of scrimmage. So
I think this would be a great opportunity for like a hook and ladder or something, just some kind of trickeration that Minster might not be ready for, to see if you can't get a score on that scoreboard before half.
Hayes drops back, looking deep, trying to find Dan Homan. Insom there. He had a hand on it. Either the ground brought it out or 2 Minster defenders there, but almost had a connection there between Hayes and Homan, but it would fall incomplete.
And that stops the clock with 12 seconds, 8 seconds off. Here's our replay. Ball snaps, slow developing play downfield, but he came open in between 2 and just ball out of his hands before he hit the ground. So here New Bremen lines up for another one.
2nd and 10 at the 12 seconds to go. Either way, they'll probably have to call a timeout here. I like the throwing it deep there that time. We'll see if it happen again.
Yeah, timeout's going to be used. 2 seconds left on the play clock.
Unfortunate there for the Cardinals. We'll step aside real quick. We'll be right back here on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
12 seconds to go before halftime. Minster leads big 28-0 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Cardinals called their last timeout. They're on the Minster 33-yard line right now. They have to a little bit of Hail Mary time here, Matt.
Yeah, that's about all they're down to with 12 seconds left. The last play is exactly what they could have used or needed. Just unfortunately not catchable. He dropped it on the ground, so see what they draw up here.
Yeah, that same play worked as Homan near side of the screen. Tankman, and also you have Wells far side of the screen, top of the screen, if you will. Hell straight back, looking for Holman. There's a flag on the play. Holman has knocked away there by Kettner, but a flag before that, so that looks like it will be probably some defensive holding or maybe pass interference with 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're calling a hold, so that'll advance them all the way down to the 24.
Yeah, that's in holding, defensive holding in high school is 10, I believe, right,
yes.
Matt? So it's 10 from the original line of scrimmage to 24. That would be about a 41-yard kick. Probably a little bit out of the range, but another, they can do a quick pass. Better chance to throw it into the end zone here as Hayes has thrown some nice passes here at the end of the half. So march off 10 here. So probably there's been about 3 big defensive penalties against Minster in the first half.
The game can't end on a defensive penalty either, or the quarter or the half can't. So
it's actually at the 23-yard line. I had the yard markers wrong. So 6 seconds to go. Reckerman and also Wells, top of the screen. Holman, bottom of your screen.
And Minster only rushing 3.
Hayes trying to look over to Holman. He throws it over to Holman. There's 2 Wildcats there. Kettner will intercept it. He got it down, his feet down, and that will end the half. Your score at halftime on our First National Bank scoreboard: Minster 28, New Bremen 0. We'll step aside. We'll come back with the first half stats when we return on NKTelco Sports.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Welcome back to Grand Lakes Health's presentation of NKTelco Sports. We are at halftime on our First National Bank scoreboard. It's all Wildcats as they lead the Cardinals 28-0. With our first half numbers, Mr. Matt Everidge.
All right, we'll look at the first half stats for both teams. We'll start out with Minster, the visiting team. They scored 28 points on 240 total yards. 93 of that was rushing, 147 in the air. 5 penalties and no turnovers. On the flip side for New Bremen, that would be no points on 72 yards total, 56 rushing, 16 passing, 4 penalties, and I think we have an issue with the turnovers there. It should be 3. They threw in their 3rd interception right at the end of the half. So 3 turnovers for New Bremen, and here we are.
Some of the individual numbers here. You have a leading rusher for Minster's Alex Schmidtmeyer, 56. For New Bremen is Zach Berkey. Leading receiver Trent Reckerman, 4 catches for 95 yards. For New Bremen, Kyle Tankman with 1 yard. And then the passing, let's check the passing yards there, Matt.
Yeah, on the passing yards, it's 9 of 13 for 147 for Jacob Niemeyer. And on the other side for Mitchell Hayes, he is 2 of 8, 3 interceptions for 16 yards. Brendan Barhorse, Gabe Phipps with 2 of those interceptions. So we'll see what can happen here. Minster will get the ball first. New Bremen, if their defense is going to step up, this is when it has to happen to stop that running clock.
So Braxton Krause will start us off back deep for the Wildcats. You have Bornhorst and Schmidtmeyer, and the score is 28-0. Minster 8-1 on this season, looking to clinch their first share of the MAC title since 1989. And also things fall the right way. They might have a home playoff game next week. New Bremen trying to hang into the playoff race. They should be in unless they have some upsets to go against them. If they make a big comeback, they'd have a chance at a home playoff game, but they're 28 points down. Right now, they got to take a drive by drive. Krauks toes the ball, and we are underway. That is a short kickoff. And it's Bornhorst comes up with it. He has a daylight. There's a flag comes, and Brendan Bornhorst down the right sidelines, knocked out of bounds. A nice return, but a penalty marker around the 42-yard line.
Yeah, he's knocked out right at the 35, or 25, I want to say, but that penalty flag called by the back judge, not normally where you see that come from.
A little bit away from where it was. He was going down the right sideline, but there was
that flag flew about 20 yards.
Must have been pretty obvious from what the back judge could see. That'd be the 42-yard line. It's an illegal block. I believe that's 10 yards back from the spot. We'll take it back around the 32-yard line, and Minster will set up shop there to start our second half.
So like you said, Minster wanted to get a share of the MAC here. The teams that they're rivaling against right now, Coldwater down 17-0 to Marion Local, and Anna well in control, 49-7 against Delphus St. John's, so running clock there.
So they set it at the 30-yard line to be exact. 1st and 10, Niemeyer. Schmidtmeyer in the backfield. Wildcats have not punted yet, 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. Schmidtmeyer around the right side, off right tackle for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like the entire offensive line moved except for the center there, no call. So give them 5 yards, going to bring up 2nd down and 5. Just starting out here, the 3rd quarter, if you're just joining us, Minster all over New Bremen, 28-0.
Schmidtmeyer now 4th all-time rusher in school history. He's just passed Jeff Stuckey from the late 80s. He was probably on that 89 team. Only 3 Wildcat runners ahead of him as he adds on his yardage across the 40-yard line.
Just rumbling for 8 yards.
6 foot 180, a very strong runner as he rolls ahead for another Minster first down.
Yeah, Schmidtmeyer, you know, senior year, that's when you want to impress, and he's definitely impressing tonight. Nice crowd, though, on both sides. You know, a lot of support for these kids out here in the stands.
Only Wildcats in school history ahead of him. Brian Wolf, who's from the early 90s. Jared Hilsman, who's a quarterback, graduated a couple years ago. And then Ty Parks, the leading rusher. Right now, Schmidtmeyer in 4th place all-time in Minster history. As he gets another handoff, another good run close to the yard markers, another 10-yard run for senior running back Alex Schmidtmeyer.
Looks like they're going to mark it just about a half yard short, so 1 yard short, give them 9. 2nd down and 1. Ball now on the 48. Here's the replay, and that's just big man football right up the middle. Nice job by the offensive line making holes big enough for a semi to come through.
The big offensive linemen, Leland Frick, Dustin Frericks, Alex Frimmel, Kyle Reithman, Dylan Sharp, also the tight end, Luke Riplow, opening those lanes for Schmidtmeyer and also Niemeyer to run through. This time a fake and a slant pattern to Reckerman a little bit in front of him.
If that would have been on time, they would have had another 35 yards to run.
Nick Alec on the defense there for the Cardinals. 3rd and short. So Minster did what you see a lot of times, the old 2nd and short. You do a little bit of a pass play and you still have 3rd and 1. You can run it here.
Yeah, Minster still being aggressive, up by 28. Normally you see teams sit on their laurels at this point, but Minster wants to get to that running clock.
Handoff to Schmidtmeyer around the right side, another 1st down. Again, Minster, this is their 5th drive. They have scored 4 touchdowns in their previous 4 drives, and right now they've chewed up about 26 yards and a couple 1st downs. Seem like they're on their way to another one.
Yeah, total time of possession, Minster had it for 12 minutes and 50 seconds. New Bremen for 11:10, but Minster doing a lot more damage in their time.
1st and 10. Fake.
He's
going
wide
deep.
open.
Niemeyer to Bornhorst is wide open. Alec there almost came up with the interception. Looked like Bornhorst knocked it out of his hand. Alec did a nice job of closing some ground.
Yeah, nice job of becoming a defensive player on the Minster side there. Just reached in and stripped it out. Here's the pass. Just put a little bit too much air on it. New Bremen got back to grab it, and there he turns defensive and gets his arm in there and blocks it out.
Nonetheless, a nice play by NKTelco to save what looked like an apparent touchdown there for a while.
On an incomplete pass here, you got to watch that time clock, though, because you lose a lot of time resetting up. So down to 10 seconds on the play.
And it's different this year is that it's 40 seconds from the end of the previous play. They don't set it at 25 seconds. Niemeyer keeps it, has to dance around some New Bremen defenders.
You see that quite a bit tonight, where the defenders in the backfield touching them, and yards after touch are just amazing.
Nolan Bornhorst and Ben Blickel on the stop for the Cardinals. Bring up 3rd and 8 on the first drive here in the second half. Minster with a 28-0 lead.
You want to call it 3rd and 8.
Instead, Schmidmeyer lines up as another wide receiver. He's there by Bornhorst at your top of your screen. Reckerman, bottom of the screen. Niemeyer looks to Reckerman. That one's too high, similar to the slant play before. Niemeyer not able to connect with Reckerman, and see what Minster does here.
There is no sign of the punt team coming out.
Coach Garen Stokes in his 7th year. He's not afraid to roll the dice. He has a lot of confidence in his offense, and why not? He always has a very explosive offense. Of course, he had a state title in 2014, also in 17, also state runners-up in 16. So,
I believe the punter for them is their quarterback, correct?
Or no, Reckerman is. Okay. Reckerman, the receiver, is.
All right, so he is
4th and 8 from New Bremen's 42-yard line. Niemeyer across the middle, and it's complete.
And he's still up.
Up there, and it's complete to Schmidmeyer, the running back who lined up as a receiver with a nice catch through traffic.
That was a nice keep a hold of catch. I mean, he was popped right after the ball got there. Here comes across the middle and boom, hit. Kept a hold of it and kept going for 7 more.
Pretty good for a running back, huh?
That is pretty amazing. Nice hands.
Great athlete, Schmidmeyer. This time a quick pass. Bubble screen to Bornhorst inside the 10-yard line, where he's knocked out of bounds by NKTelco, but another, well, that would be a good gain on first down. Gain of about 7.
We're going to take it down to 2nd and 2.
So 2nd and 2. Wildcats trying to score on 5th time on their 5th drive. You see Coach Garen Stokes there, a Urbana native, his 7th year at the helm of Minster, and his teams have been in the playoffs all but his first year. Mentioned 2 state titles and a runners-up. He's close to being the all-time leader in victories, coaching victories. And there's Schmidmeyer for the touchdown. 10-yard touchdown run by Alex Schmidmeyer. His 2nd touchdown run of the day, and the Wildcats go to 34-0.
Yeah, here's the run just off the right side, comes out the end in there, and that's 34 points. So the magic number's been hit by Minster. See if they can't add the 35th here. He's perfect tonight, 4 for 4 for extra points.
Schmidmeyer now with 114 points scored on the season for the senior workhorse, and he had a big 4th down completion there, reception. Falk is a perfect 5 for 5 on his extra points. 8:33 to go, 3rd quarter. New Bremen, or Minster, up 35-0. We'll be right back on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey, Minster. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey, New Knoxville. I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey, Maria Stein. I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Kickoff to Zach Berkey. He's around right end, trying to cut back. Tackled there by Adam Kettner at the 31-yard line. Right now, New Bremen will have to contend not only with the 35-0 deficit, but also a running clock.
Yeah, that running clock can be just a nail in the coffin. As soon as the ball is placed, they should whistle and the clock should start after the very first play, and then it will not shut down. So New Bremen needs to score quick.
At their own 30-yard line, as soon as they set it, and the referees are conferring here. I'm not sure. There's no flag on the play.
I think they're making sure that when they blow the whistle to start, that the clock rolls.
That the officials will still do the same hand signals like incomplete, stop the clock. But the clock operators have been told you just start the clock and run. I believe the only time it stops is a timeout or an injury or a change of possession, and they get the clock running here. So
absolutely. So the clock is moving.
So New Bremen had their best drive right before the half as they were intercepted in the end zone as clock ran out. Reckerman in motion again. That same play has been several times. Receiver goes in motion and one of the linemen sit up. That's about, I'd say about the fourth time.
Right, that's a fourth time out at the very first play. And the bad thing is when you have the running clock like this, you're at the liberty of them knowing exactly what the penalty is. So if you get something where you have penalties just messed up, which I agree with the running clock because it does protect the kids. I mean, you're at a point where, yeah, you're not coming back. Now, I'd like to see them get rid of it for the playoff games. I think you should have a full chance at an entire game to come back because it has happened.
Tankman in motion, hands it off to Dickey. He has a little bit of real estate, and he stumbles around. Nice run to about the 35-yard line and gain of about 10. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
And that's what New Bremen needs. They need to get that points below 30 again. That way that clock stops.
Boy, Dickey and also Berkey, they get that, especially they get that head of steam going. Boy, they've been a few times they're one tackle away for breaking it deep. I see how they've had such an effective running game this year.
Right, Minster's defensive backs and linebackers, though, are just about some of the quickest we've seen all year. And they're just bouncing everywhere.
This time the fake is as Hayes will go around the right side, and he's close, and he will get the first down.
He'll give him 6 yards on the run. He dove for it there.
So junior quarterback Mitchell Hayes with a nice run to the 41-yard line. Right now, Cardinals just need to put a drive together. You know, the score is out of hand. Probably not going to come back, but need to build something going here. Get some momentum here.
Oh, absolutely, because this isn't the end of the year. You're hoping for that week 11. So the coach, you know, it's about moral victories at this point. Let's get something going for next week. I mean, the last thing you want to do is put a big goose egg up against your biggest rival.
Wyatt Dickey with a nice run close to the 50-yard line, gained him about 7. So
just like that, 2 minutes and 30 seconds ran off the clock. Down to the 49-yard line, their own 49, so it's going to bring it up 2nd and 2.
It almost seems like the clock's in fast forward. Is what it seems that way. The way is fast because you forget about how often it's stopped otherwise. 2nd and 2, 5:36 to go, third quarter. Running clock. Here Mitchell Hayes will keep it across midfield. Gains another first down. So a couple first downs the Cardinals have gained here on this drive.
It's the best drive they put together so far, and they even started off with that 5-yard penalty. So got to give it to them. They're still putting up a fight.
Ball spot at the Minster 48-yard line. They've only been in Minster territory twice, at the end of the half and then this drive.
I look to see if New Bremen doesn't score here, that you'd start seeing some reserve players coming in on the Minster side, if there's already not some out there on the line.
Team's already played their JV game on Monday, is what is unusual since it's the last week. A little bit mixed up, almost had the person in motion get the snap, and they're going to whistle that dead. It'll be illegal procedure.
Well,
full start penalty.
Pretty sure number 72, that'd be Hunter Williams. He was already 4 yards down the field or down the line.
As a
lineman, and we have an injury on the field, and that will stop the clock.
We'll step aside. We'll be right back.
No, he's back up.
Okay, we'll stay right here as we have number 67, senior Ryan Paul. Looks like he's okay.
They did take a timeout, I believe.
Timeout. We'll make a quick timeout here on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Back to live action. Hayes with the quarterback draw. Nothing doing there. Gain a couple tough yards.
Only gain of 3, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 13. Down to 3:50 left in the third quarter. 35-0 Minster if you're just joining us.
Minster scored 14 in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter, and they also scored on their first drive here in the second half to get the running clock going. But New Bremen putting together a little bit of a good drive here. Picked up a couple first downs. 2nd and 12 right here for the Cardinals.
I guess the only person we really can't talk about on the Minster side that had a great game so far is the punter. He's yet to see the field as far as kicking goes. And there's a timeout by New Bremen. We'll go ahead and thank our sponsors while we're here.
Get the right sheet here. Grand Lakes Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Cross Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Gem, Precision Strip, Schruderman Pharmacies, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schruderman Incorporated, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, SecureCom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, St. Mary's Foundry, Wagner's IGA, Wayne Trail, our fine sponsors. Our keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, a replay sponsor, Winners Meats. Matt and I will pick a player of the game for NKTelco, sponsored by NKTelco, and on our First National Bank scoreboard, Wildcats 35, Cardinals 0.
Yeah, it's definitely been a game of two tails here at this point. You know, I mean, Minster looking like Minster, I guess is the best way to say it. You know, they're a very disciplined, well-played team. New Bremen, they're just not living up to the potential that I think we've seen with them throughout the season.
Yeah, it's just not their good game today. It hasn't worked out. They got behind the 8 ball on a running offense. Not their cup of tea, but right now trying to put a drive together. 2nd and 12. Hayes rolls right, trying to find a teammate, finds Tankman, and reception is good as the referee steps in there. He had 1 foot down. That's all you need at the high school level. So a nice completion there from Hayes to Tankman.
Yeah, here's the replay. He just rolls out here to the right, looking, and finally has a receiver for a nice catch. Brings up 3rd and a long 5.
2:26 already. Down to 2:26 already here in the third quarter. Reckerman top of the screen. Wells top of the screen. Dan Hillman at the bottom of the screen on 3rd and 5. Hand off to Dickey, into some trouble.
And he's battling, but just unable to gain anything.
Minster lineman Dylan Sharp, number 70, on top of him. Also Gabe Phillips, Kyle Reithman as well, number 65. Will bring up 4th down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think with any rivalry game, the first team to really smack them in the mouth, and I think Bremen was in it even after Minster scored the first when they had a nice drive going. The second pick just pretty much killed them. And the rest is history as far as that goes.
4th and 4. Cardinals trying to convert here. Crouch in motion. There's Hayes around the left side trying to turn the corner. And there will be, he got the first down, but probably a holding call.
Yeah, that's going to be on number, as soon as he walks out there, I think it's 22, number 22 for Bremen. So Troy Homan, he just pretty much tackled the defensive lineman, so that's going to take them back 10 more.
That'll bring all the way back to around past the 50-yard line, I think around the 48-yard line, 49 to be exact, of New Bremen. That's 4th down. It was a nice play otherwise, but part of the reason he was able to gain that was because of the hold.
Because of the hold, yeah. He had nice containment on the outside, and they just took him down to the ground. But it looks like New Bremen's still going to go for it here on 4th and forever.
Homan and Reckerman, 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen.
They've only had one play go for more than 13 yards all game, so they're going for their second one here.
Hayes trying to find
wide open,
some
number
time.
8.
He'll have to scramble here, and he's brought down by Phil Traska as the Cardinals are turning out on downs. Junior linebacker number 16, Phil Traska, with the stop for the Wildcats.
So that's going to be 1st down, Minster, and we're down to 12 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 35-0 Minster. They can blow the whistle, and they can just stay on the sideline and bring us into the 4th here. Do not even need to snap the ball.
And they start the clock there. Minster content to stay there. We'll step aside. We'll be back with the 4th quarter here on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
As we start the 4th quarter, the Grand Lakes Health presentation of NKTelco Sports, the Minster defense has held and turn it over once again to their potent offense.
Yeah, I believe you're going to see just a heavy downpour of run here by Minster.
Schmidtmeyer working his way close to the 40-yard line.
That's going to make it 2nd and 3.
So you have Cody Richard as some of the new receivers in the game. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of new numbers for both of the teams. We'll try to point out some of the new players as we get a chance.
You know, the thing first scoreboard just pretty much says it all. 35-0, running clock, 4th quarter.
Minster will run the clock down to, like all the MAC schools, they have the play clock in the corner of the end zones, which is a really nice luxury that we take for granted around here.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll run the clock right down to the end. As another handoff to Schmidtmeyer, as he will drive to get close to the markers, and it looks like another 1st down.
Yeah, Mother Nature doing her part too. The weather is officially freezing now, 32 degrees out.
Ethan Smith, number 42, in for the Wildcats. Senior.
So Dave, how do you look at these two teams going into the playoffs next week? I mean, obviously the pairings is going to decide everything for them, but Minster looks like they're ready for it.
Minster has a nice team. Coach Stokes' teams traditionally get better as the season goes on. They're going to do, it sounds like they're going to line up against Anna or Coldwater. You have a bad snap, and Niemeyer in trouble. He's tackled in the backfield, but Minster's got a nice, they're 9-1. It's the best regular season Coach Stokes has had. His teams get better. They'll probably have to beat 2 MAC schools to get out there. Then you have teams like Archbold, LCC. The Region 23 is locked and loaded, just stacked and loaded. Just getting through the MAC isn't going to do it. Bremen on the other side, you know, obviously they won't want to line up against Marion Local and Fort Laramie if they can avoid it. If they can get somebody else, they can knock off anybody else in that Region 28 in Division 7. And I'd love to see the Cardinals get there. They should, the way the numbers look. It'll get all flushed out tonight. Region 28, the first time since 2004 the Cardinals have been in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Cardinals definitely have turned the ship around. That's wide open down the middle.
Niemeyer to Kettner, complete
nice
inside
catch.
the 10-yard line. Kettner, junior wide receiver, just his first offensive series, and the beat goes on for the Minster offense. Another nice pass.
Yeah, the ball snapped from the 45, just thrown straight down and give him a tackle. He tackled down at the 9, so nice, quick 36-yard pickup.
This Minster offense is one of the most sophisticated high school offenses you'll see. The passing game is aggressive, and they've had the luxury of some very good quarterbacks through the years. And Coach Stokes just gets them in nice positions to make a play. It's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. And off to Schmidtmeyer, cuts back for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Alex Schmidtmeyer for the score, 9 yards out. Bring the score to 41-0.
Yep, that's the final nail in the coffin there at this point. 41 points, that's going to be no comeback. Here's your replay right up the middle again. Hitting the O-trap. And that's another 6 points for the Wildcats of Minster.
Schmidtmeyer had 56 yards at halftime. He's probably close to 100. He had around 1,400 coming into tonight, having a great senior year, and he hopes he has several games to go.
Well, the kicker with an opportunity to say he scored a touchdown himself here with 6 points. That's a touchdown.
Falk, a pretty good kicker, and he is a perfect 6 for 6 tonight. 8:33 to go in the ball game. It's all Minster as we step aside on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Minster takes the defense made the stop, and on their 6th drive, the same result for the Wildcats, another touchdown.
Yeah, another touchdown, down to 8:33 left in this. I mean, it's definitely out of reach, but Bremen, again, with a chance for that moral victory, they're still looking for that.
Definitely not what I expected. I thought it would be a much closer game, but Minster has played a almost flawless game on offense, and it just hasn't been the night for New Bremen. They just haven't really got it flowing like they hoped it would go. And not like the New Bremen volleyball team last night had a great game.
Right.
They defeated St. Henry last night. They'll play in the regional finals tomorrow afternoon as we're televising live. So good luck to the Lady Cardinals to try to make it back to state. Kyle Tankman will recover the squib kick there. So with 8:20 to go and a running clock, Cardinals will take over again. We'll probably see a lot of new players on both sides. Looks like the Wildcats have a brand new defense in there.
Yep, new defense coming in.
We'll try to hit some of the numbers as all these kids put in the same amount of time all week long in practice. So,
and down the road, this can be invaluable time. I mean, if you get some varsity time in you, something happens in the playoff, it's next man up.
So it'll be Nolan Bornhorst at quarterback. He was filled in a quarterback for Hayes, who was out last week. Ran 2 touchdowns, passed 2 touchdowns. Of course, the last 3 years he was a starting quarterback. He's a tight end this year. Senior quarterback Nolan Bornhorst. So they're trying to get the spot as we will get going here with the 8:20s. They start the clock. Bornhorst, looks like Berkey's in the backfield. Zach Berkey, and we have another, this time offsides by the Wildcats.
Yeah, they had a number 79, Sam Whirling, and as soon as it happened, he just started doing push-ups. He knew he owed 5.
Sam Whirling, the senior, doesn't get in a lot, but definitely one of the spirited seniors on this Minster team.
You know, for the people that have watched the NKTelco productions over the years, you know, we've really expanded this year. We have 3 different leagues. That's a big
Zach
open
Berkey
run.
around the left side.
He's still going.
Trying to one man to beat. Ethan Smith saves the touchdown. We have a flag on the play, but a nice run there by Zach Berkey.
Yeah, I think he's going to get an additional 7.5 here on a face mask. So, well, yeah, that's going to be the call. So that'd be half the distance to the goal. So here Bremen is.
Zach Berkey around the left side. They have more luck on the right side, but here we go.
Yep, here he comes, just right out following his blockers, and he is in the open field, running straight down the field.
And the face mask there you see at the end of the play, so that'll take it inside the 8-yard line. First and goal for the Cardinals. Bornhorst under center, or in the pistol. Berkey on his left. Krause in motion, hands it off to Berkey. He will cut back, tripped inside the 5-yard line, gets inside the 4, gain of a good 4 on the play, so we're going to have second and goal for the Cardinals.
Yeah, second and goal for the Cardinals here, looking to put the first 6 on the board. Like I was saying, we started out locally just with the MAC, but now with the 3 leagues that we do cover, we got big boy ball, we got middle school ball, and then we got small ball. And I don't consider these kids the small ball by no means. Right now, it's the biggest league is the weakest league that we cover at this point. But definitely good football all around, no matter what level you're wanting to watch.
Hand off to Zach Berkey, trying to work his way, tackled in the middle of the line for Minster. 17, Johnny Nixon on in the tackle. Also, Dylan Watercutter, one of the Wildcats in the play. It'll bring it down to the 3-yard line, be third and goal, and definitely Cardinals definitely want to put it in here.
Yeah, like I said, this is a good moral victory for them if they can just punch it in. 3rd down and 3 to go. Give it a long 4, or a long 3, I mean.
Krause and Reckerman to the top of the screen. And this time Bornhorst will keep it, working his way. Dorston with the tackle. Down at about the 2-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and goal for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Minster with the bend don't break defense they've had all night, and they are doing well here to hold. So goal line stand so far for Minster.
Tackle play by Evan Dorston, a 6', 165 junior.
I mean, as a JV player, the last thing you want to do on defense is run over to the sideline and say, yeah, they scored on us.
Number 10, Ian Fry Sr. brings in the play. He splits out top of the screen, along with Logan Suchland. 4th and goal for the Cardinals. Bornhorst will roll out, thrown to the right side to Suchland and knocked out of bounds. And incomplete, and the Minster defense holds.
Minster's defensive players can go there with their head held high. They bended, but they didn't break, and the big 0 is still on the scoreboard now, 42-0. Down to 4 minutes, 38 seconds left in the game.
Minster holds there. It was a 1st and goal from, I believe, the 8-yard line. 3 runs and a pass that falls incomplete. And we'll see who comes in here on the Minster offense. It'll be number 17, Johnny Nixon, sophomore at quarterback for the Wildcats. And we will have Minster. There'll be a timeout by the Cardinals. We'll take one too. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
New Bremen calls the timeout as the Minster, mostly a JV offense, comes onto the field. Johnny Nixon is into the game. Beside him is Dominic Miller. Nixon hands it off to Miller. Miller trying to work ahead.
Just looking for some extra light there, down to 3:55 left in this. 1 first down will kill the game for Minster. Gain of nothing on the first run.
Minster will take about as much time as they want here as their defense held to stop the Cardinals out of the end zone. Nixon, as a freshman, played a bit on JV as a quarterback. Normally the JV quarterback is Devin Whipker, but I believe he's out injured today. And there's a snap that will go.
He did not
Nixon
go
tries
out.
to scramble, and he will be tackled for the safety. A bad snap gives it a safety for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals go on the board on the bad snap. Nixon tried to get out of there, but not able to. So the defense for the Cardinals end up scoring.
Yep, and that's where your defensive starters should go out there and just keep smacking these guys on the helmet as they're coming in. Good job of taking away, and Bremen's not going to be looking at a shutout tonight. Still down by 40, but that's something to build off of. Here's your replay.
You see the snap way off.
That was a hard
snap. Nixon wasn't ready for it as he tries to get out of the end zone.
You got to give it to him, though. Most quarterbacks had just run out of the back of the end zone and live to play another day. He was not giving up any ground.
He was trying to keep the shutout intact.
Yep.
You could argue the Minster defense have kept the defensive shutout, but for the Cardinals are on the board. So,
well, I'm quite sure that their coach will gives them something finally to complain about, I guess, from everything we've seen.
If you missed the first replay, it was on Friday, November 1st, 11. The second replay is Sunday, November 3rd at 12 o'clock. You can also watch the games on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook and also at nktelco.com as Minster will have to do the free kick.
Well, I guess they officially wanted to get, well, no, they're going to do it from a tee, so
you can kick it off or you can punt it.
I thought maybe the punter would finally get a little bit of action in the game, but nope, he's still on the sideline.
This is like your backup kicker, number 28, Lucas Tebow. Lives cat-a-corner from me in Minster. So the freshman getting an opportunity for some airtime here. JV kicker, Tebow with the kick.
Nice job of letting it hit the ground. I mean, he's got him back.
And returning it there is Hunter Schaefer around the left side. Schaefer with a nice return for the Cardinals.
Brings it out to the 37.
Tackled by number 4, Dylan Watercutter for the Wildcats, but a nice return for the freshman, Hunter Schaefer, for the Cardinals.
So clock down to 2:45. See if New Bremen can't get an offensive score on the board down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, New Bremen.
See Ian Fry in the game, one of the seniors, getting some action. Reese Schmeezing at lineman. Bornhorst will be back at quarterback here. Fry top of the screen. Gained there by Blaine Schrader. Zach Berkey, a late entry to the offense. Down with 2.5 to go in the ball game. 42-2. Bornhorst going deep to Suchland, tipped away. Nice defensive play by number 12, Isaiah Slonkowski.
Suchland had that in his hands twice, and it still came out. So a long play, and the clock's already started on that play clock, so down to 25 before they can even get in a huddle.
Slonkowski, a 6'1", 180 defensive back, a junior with the defensive play for the Wildcats. Wildcats in shotgun formation, or Cardinals in shotgun formation, under 2 minutes to go. Bornhorst, Colton Muther with a run, churning his legs inside the 30-yard line.
Well, what we're seeing so far out of the JV team on New Bremen, they are definitely got a running game that they got created there. So nice job on a couple of runs so far. Down to 124 left in the game. 42-2. Minster well in control.
Muther in the backfield with Bornhorst. Bornhorst with the snap. He's going to go deep. He's trying to find Suchland again. This time off the hands. Not able to complete.
And not catchable. Threw it to the inside. That's going to take it to 4th and 2 for New Bremen.
Defending it back on coverage there, number 31, Andy Peppelman, number 32, Bradley Davis. for the Wildcats. Bringing in the play is Trevor Bergman, number 6 for the Cardinals. 38 seconds, probably only 1 or 2 plays left in the ball game. Bornhorst, this time he's looking across. He able to hit Trevor Bergman with the completion. That'll stop the clock on a first down. So Cardinals probably with one more. No, it doesn't stop the clock. It's a running clock. Ian Fry comes in with the play.
So hard not to call that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's running clock is be the last play of the ball game. Cardinals trying to put it in the end zone. Bornhorst looking ahead. He'll try Suchland again. There's some contact in the back of the end. There'll be a flag on the play.
That'll be one more play added. Minster might get illegal participation on the sideline, too, if they don't pull their players back.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty.
They're actually at the 20. What are they?
It was at the 25, so half the distance would be 13. You can't end the game on a defensive penalty. So we'll take another look there. And we'll have some, didn't get a good, referee was in our way, but there was some contact there between the Minster defender, Eli Rindler, and Suchland. And Cardinals one more time at untimed down. And barring a defensive penalty, we'll wrap it up here.
Yep, this one will be in the books. So another year for New Bremen to wait to get to avenge their loss against Minster.
Pass to Suchland, that is incomplete. That will end the ball game. Your score on the First National Bank scoreboard, Minster 42, New Bremen 2. We'll be back to wrap it up here on NKTelco Sports.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos system takes the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Minster Wildcats, you see, as they gather there, they are now clinched part of the MAC. They win their first share of the MAC title. First time in 30 years, the victorious Minster Wildcats, as they win on our First National Bank scoreboard by the score of 42-2. With the final numbers, Mr. Matt Everidge.
All right, final stats. We'll start with Minster. They scored 42 on 354 total yards. 138 of those on the ground, 216 in the air, 9 penalties for a total of 84 yards, and 0 turnovers on the flip side for the Cardinals of New Bremen. They scored 2 on the safety, total yards 174, rushing 146, passing yards 28, penalties 7, and turnovers 3, and turnovers being the key for them. But that's pretty much it there. Key players, Alex Schmidtmeyer, 22 rushes for 110 yards, and then Minster, Jacob Niemeyer, 216 yards passing. So,
as you saw, a nice shot of the Minster seniors. They got their picture taken. MAC champions. It's quite an accomplishment as this league.
A long time since a senior team could say that.
1989. They've won 2 state titles since that time. Sometimes it's a lot tougher to win the MAC than it is the state title. Some of the scoring tonight. Jacob Niemeyer had a touchdown run. Alex Schmidtmeyer had 3 touchdown runs of 4, 10, and 9, and 2 touchdown passes from Jacob Niemeyer to our player of the game, number 19, Trent Reckerman.
Yeah, Reckerman, 4 catches for 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. All around great game. Not too many times you see receivers winning the player of the game, but tonight you have one here. Just nice play all the way around by him.
as Minster Wildcats head into the playoffs 9-1 with the Coldwater loss tonight. They have potential for a home playoff game. New Bremen finishes the regular season at 7-3. They'll have to see what the computers churn out. It's probably a pretty good possibility they'll be in the playoffs as well. We'll check our schedule. We'll try to cover some playoff football as well as we go down the tournament trail. We'd like to thank our producer today, Bryce Hamrick, and assisted by Ian Bolheimer. On camera today, Kurt Kuffner, Jim Miller, and Jared Kaiser. For my partner, Matt Everidge, I'm Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching on NK Telco Sports.